TV family, catch us live on your TV screens.
We are officially back in studio. We have that Friday energy all the time. We really want to bring you guys off of your couch all the way in studio. Now, I wonder if you've ever heard the sentence, "You are absolutely gorgeous, and that is the least interesting thing about you." So we're going to be finding out from the lovely Kayleigh Jephta, who is a Miss Teenager South Africa 2020 and 2021. We're going to find out, what is that process like? What has it been like? What's been the highlights? And without any further ado, I'm going to give a nice warm round of applause to the lovely Kayleigh Jephta. Yes, Queen, do your thing. I feel like I can learn some modeling tips from you. You just have such a confidence about you and really, just doing your thing. I'm going to give you your microphone. So thank you so much for joining us here in studio. And I don't know if you heard me earlier, but I was saying, some people have heard the sentence, "You're absolutely gorgeous, and that's the least interesting thing about you." Because I think when it comes to, titles like Miss Teenager South Africa, people think it's only about the looks. It's only about the modeling, but we know there's more layers than that. So tell me, how did you end up getting involved in all of this? What was your journey like?
Well, thank you so much for having me. My journey actually started in 2019 when I was crowned second princess for Miss Teenager South Africa.
Okay.
And that was one of my very first pageants, which was it was a very big deal for me. Because normally when you start in pageantry, you don't just go all the way to the top. It's like little steps you take to the top.
So you skipped a whole lot of steps.
Yes, I skipped a whole lot of steps. But it was my first pageant and I really enjoyed it. I was not the type of person to do sport in high school, in school in general. So I really felt like pageantry was really my type of sport because I enjoyed it to my fullest. And I enjoyed every single moment of it. So it started in 2019 when I became second princess of Miss Teenager South Africa. And I really felt deep inside, I felt like I could do so much more. So I felt like I could push myself to the limit and audition again the following year. So I decided to audition in 2019 again, in 2020 again. And because of COVID, the pageant was postponed a couple of times.
Like everything else was postponed.
Yes, like everything else was postponed. But then it was disappointing to hear that the pageant's going to be this month and then it doesn't happen that month. So that was kind of disappointing, but we were so lucky to have the pageant the 9th of May, which was 2.5 weeks ago. We had the pageant the 9th of May on Mother's Day, and I just won. So that is a huge deal.
The energy's still fresh. You're probably
Yes,
still on an
yes,
absolute high
definitely.
that and is that the crown?
Yes, this is the crown that I received.
I'm a little jealous. I also want to walk around with a shiny crown. I'm a bit like a moth. I really do like glowy things. So tell me, what has been, you said a little bit about that journey.
Yeah.
What was that motivating factor for you? What was it about yourself that made you think, you know what, this is something that I can do?
I don't know what just sparked inside of me when I decided that I was the second princess, and I just told myself, Kayleigh, you can do so much more. You can really push yourself to the limit. I felt that inside of me, when you have that butterflies and you make a decision. So I just told my mom and my family that I want to do this again. I was like, when you're doing a match and you just want to go for the next goal and you just want to go for more and more. So that was my feeling, and I just felt like I could do so much more. So I jumped into it. I auditioned and I became a finalist for Miss Teen. It was a bit, I did doubt myself at moments because I felt like so many girls had the potential of having that crown and the sash. So just having the title in general. So I felt like a lot of girls had that potential in winning. So I did have a lot of doubtful moments, but that is human. That is totally human. I feel like that is so human. But yes, it was part of the journey, and I just felt it inside of me. I felt like I could push myself more and just believe in yourself through the whole process. That's the most important thing, is to believe in yourself. And that's what I did. I just carried on telling myself that I can do it.
I think that's absolutely awesome, you know, hearing that you even had moments of doubt. And I think that happens with all of these pageants, with Miss Universe, with Miss South Africa, with Miss Teen South Africa. I think it's such a normal thing, like you said, you know, it's human. It's just part of being human. So what would you say, you know, like we were mentioning earlier, everybody thinks, oh, it's just about looks. What else is it about beyond, you know, dressing up and really just putting on that air of confidence?
I feel like it has a huge mental effect on you. It's a very positive effect though. So I feel like that just positively affects your mindset and it just brings so much confidence within the whole process. So I really enjoy each and every step that I take. Yes, there's sometimes when there's not the thing that you expect. So sometimes there's very bad expectations, but then sometimes there's very good. So I don't think you should expect like the big thing. So you must really prepare yourself for any outcome.
I think that's such an important lesson, especially for everybody at home. You know, go in with excitement, but also be prepared for anything. Because if you don't get it, that's okay. And if you do get it, you'll still be on a high like you are 2 weeks later. I'm excited for you hearing that it happened so recently, especially after waiting for so long. I mean, that's a whole year gap almost. Yeah. And was it a virtual event or was it in person?
No, it was in person, but our interviews was over Skype. So we had interviews, and then from there they decided to have the event. It was in Johannesburg by the Empress Palace.
Okay, so you flew all the way out?
Yes, I flew all the way out. So it was very exciting, and I really enjoyed each and every moment.
So to any person at home that's sitting and watching you with big, big eyes saying, you know, I want to be Kayleigh one day, what can you recommend people get involved with, especially if they're too young to enter just yet? And also, if they are the age that you can enter, where can they reach out to? Are there any websites, any social media pages?
There's a lot of DMs that I've been getting recently. When is the auditions going to happen for Miss Teenager South Africa? The organization is currently working on that. We will post it as soon as possible, as soon as we have everything finalized. But just keep posted, looking on my social media. My Instagram is Kayleigh Jephta, and just go on to the Miss Teenager Facebook and Instagram, and they will post everything whenever they're ready. So yes,
I think that's absolutely awesome. So if there's anybody sitting at home, if you're really, you know, just watching the TV screen like, wow, I want to be Kayleigh, she's just given you permission. You can slide into her DMs, you know, ask her some questions, ask her how it all went down. Obviously, our interviews can only be so long. I'm sure there's so much more that we could chat about. But unfortunately, we're going to head to an ad break very, very soon. Now, is there one highlight in one sentence? How would you capture the whole experience?
It was honestly a dream come true. I would really say it was an incredible experience. You grow a lot as a person. So I would say do it and believe in yourself.
Dreams come true. You heard it from Kayleigh Jephta herself. Guys, don't go anywhere. Stay tuned.
CTV family.